It's a being coming out of the water
Mm-hmm.
with sort of a form but clear.
Mm-hmm. So you're going to be speaking with this being with your mind. I'd like for you to just ask them who they are.
It's saying you.
Very good. So what does this being look like to you?
It's a human body shape, but sort of looks like water.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Does it look female or male?
It's female.
Beautiful. So as you connect with this being, with this other part of you, I'd like for you to ask permission if this other part of you would allow you to find the origin of what's keeping you from speaking your truth.
She nodded.
She nodded. Very good. So I'm going to count from 5 to 1. And when I get to number 1, I want you to travel with your soul to the moment in which this all began. And I want you now to begin to feel that discomfort in your body, knowing that you need to speak your belief, your truth. And tell me, where does that feel in your body?
In my throat.
Very good. So I'd like for you to focus on that feeling on your throat. And as I count, I want you to intensify the feeling as you go to the origin of when this began. 5. Going now. Deeper and deeper. Feel that feeling in your throat getting stronger. 4. 3. Feeling your throat getting tighter now. 2. And 1. You're there now. Even if you think you're making it up, where are you? What comes to your mind?
I'm somewhere where there's a lot of people standing around.
Okay. And are you standing with the people?
Yes, yeah. It looks like it's kind of, not quite a party, but a gathering where there's lots of people standing around with drinks in small groups, standing around talking.
And I want you to focus on your body now. Are you male or female?
I'm male.
And how old are you there?
Just trying to look at my hands, like middle-aged, 40s, 50s.
And as you look at the way you're dressed, notice what type of class you are. Are you lower class, middle, upper class? What do you sense from the way you're dressed?
It's some kind of suit, but I feel like that's just normal. I don't get a sense of, I feel like I am quite well to do.
Very good. And who are these people? Look around.
I don't know them. They're all just. I'm standing by myself, but they're all in small groups talking.
And as you're standing by yourself, how is that making you feel?
Isolated. But I feel invisible to them.
I feel invisible. Very good. So let's find out a little bit more about this feeling invisible. I'd like for you to go to the moment in which this began, when this feeling of invisibility began. As I count from 3 to 1, let's go to that moment. 3, 2, and 1. You're there now. What's happening?
I'm a young, like a baby,
Mm-hmm.
but
Tell me.
like an older baby, maybe one-ish.
Mm-hmm. And who are you with?
My mother.
Mm-hmm. So I want you to feel how you feel with your mother.
No, it's not my mother, it's my grandmother. But
Mm-hmm.
not this life grandmother.
Mm-hmm. Look into her eyes. The eyes are to the window to the soul. Do you recognize those eyes?
No, but I
No.
don't get a good feeling from it.
Mm-hmm. Notice how you feel about grandmother.
I feel the resentment coming from her.
Mm-hmm. And as you feel that resentment, you'll understand the story. What has happened that she feels so much resentment towards you?
She's been left with me and she didn't expect that or want that.
Mm-hmm. What has happened to your mom?
She died.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Notice how that's affecting you.
Yeah, it's brought a tear to my eye.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What else do you feel there?
It's just. I feel like there's no hope
No hope.
in that situation. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what does your grandmother call you?
Charisse or something.
Mm-hmm. Therese?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So let's find out what happens next. What happens in this development? I'm going to count from 3 to 1. Let's go to the next moment when things begin to unfold. 3, 2, and 1. You're there now. What's happening?
I'm outside looking at the fields. I'm leaning against a timber fence.
How old are you there?
14, 15.
Mm-hmm. What's happening there, Charisse?
I just needed some space. I needed a bit of time to myself to
Mm-hmm.
get away.
What has happened?
I think just needed to get away from the drudgery of and my grandmother just is constantly on my back and making me feel worthless and just like a slave.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't treat me very well.
All right, so let's go to a moment in which she is not treating you well. 3, 2, and 1. Where are you?
I'm inside our little hut,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like a very basic hut made out of slabs of timber with holes in it. It's and a dirt floor.
Mm-hmm. Who lives in that hut?
Just her and myself.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm so hungry, and I asked her for something to eat, and she's screaming at me, making me like I'm cowering, screaming at me that I'm no good
Mm-hmm.
and useless.
No good and useless. Very good. How is that making you feel?
Very small,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, just there's no hope. I just feel like it's a life with no hope and no hope for change or a betterment or no change in this situation. We're very isolated. I don't remember seeing anybody else. It's just her and me.
Very good. So, Charisse, we're going to close the scene and let's go to another scene when things begin to change for you. 3, 2, and 1. You're there. What's happening?
There are people at the door. I kind of feel like it's a family have come asking if their son can marry me. And I just feel so like it's an impossible hope dream, that I might be able to escape that. But
How
I'm
old?
sort of hiding behind, like I'm behind my grandmother. I just listening.
How old are you there?
16, 17.
Very good. So what happens next? Go to the next important scene.
I'm in a house that has cushions on the chairs, which is astounding to me. That level of wealth to be able to have that. And there's love there.
How are you dressed there?
I have a woolen blue dress on, like with petticoats, and then I've got like a white apron thing on the front. I'm standing near a stone fireplace, like a lounge room, a
Yes.
sitting room.
Who else is there with you?
My husband, he's sitting down and I'm standing talking to him.
How do you feel about your husband?
Great, a fondness. Not a great love, but a real fondness and
Very good.
companionship.
All right. So let's move forward to the point in which you have difficulty speaking your truth. Allow yourself to be in that moment.
My throat's closing up again.
What's happening? Notice where you are. Follow that feeling of the throat.
It's that lifetime. There's people that are, it's, my husband and I are there together seems like on one side, and there's a whole group of angry people on the other.
So I want you to feel that feeling in your throat. Intensify it. What's happening?
They're accusing him of doing something against the word of God. But I feel like it's some sort of, he was helping someone medically or something.
Notice your throat getting tighter and tighter.
I just couldn't speak out to tell them what really happened. I was just standing there mute, like in agony, like hurting my heart, watching them accuse him of that, knowing that it was so unjust.
What happens next? Keep feeling your throat getting tighter and tighter. What's happening?
They take him and they kill him. they keep like in the, he's there in the, like made an example of, and like in the village green or something, they put his body up and I have to walk past it. And I know it was so unfair.
So as this is happening, notice what you're thinking about. What's going through your mind?
The guilt and shame that I didn't speak up.
And
But
notice,
knowing that I couldn't, I mean, it might not have changed anything, but I should have spoken up.
notice how that's affecting you emotionally. What's going on?
It makes me feel a lot of sorrow that I didn't speak up and that I let him down. I wasn't true to him.
And as you're feeling this, so sorry that you didn't speak up, that this happened because you didn't talk. Notice what it's doing to your body. Right?
Yeah, my throat's all closed up, but I feel all tingly the rest of me.
So I want you to follow this feeling, intensify it even more, and let's see what happens to you. I want you to close the scene and let's go to the next important scene of that lifetime. What's happened to you?
I'm old. I feel like an old woman, and I'm very lonely. I'm just in the house, my husband's house, and it's very empty life.
An empty life. Very good. So, Charisse, I want you to go ahead and go to the last day of your life in that lifetime. The last day in which you are alive. Tell me where you are.
I'm laying in my bed.
What's happened
Just
to you?
very shallow breathing. I feel, all feverish and like delirious.
Are you by yourself or there's somebody with you?
There's somebody there, but because I'm like feverish, I don't know. It's like a maid that's putting wet cloths on my head and stuff.
How old are you there?
60.
Very good. So I'd like for you to go ahead and release your spirit from that body like an old coat. Just release it. And as you look back at that lifetime, and because you could see all the things that happened to you, what's the purpose of living that life?
To to understand, to feel grateful when you receive something.
And what was it that you received in that life?
A comfortable life, and to be taken away from the life with my grandmother.
So I want you to see what happened to you when your husband was killed. What happened to your soul at that time?
It's like it took a blow. I feel like it was hit with a big mallet. Just, like.
And it was when it was hit with a big mallet, what happened to it? Is it in one piece?
yes, it is. It just I just needed to a big wake up to think to I don't it's hard to explain.
So, Charisse, I'd like for your soul to go back to that moment when they were accusing your husband. And I want you to go ahead and talk to yourself there. What advice do you give yourself, that younger version of you, as your husband is being accused? What do you do?
I would like to tell myself to be brave and to just take his hand and stand with him.
Go ahead and do that.
That it might not change the outcome.
Mm-hmm. So tell me what happens. I'd like for you to go back to that moment and see what happens next.
After I've told myself that,
Mm-hmm. What happens?
he looks at me with love
Mm-hmm.
and gives me a smile and squeezes my hand, knowing that whatever happens, we're together, we're in it together and support each other.
Wonderful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, as you are holding your husband's hand, I'm going to strike the tuning fork and begin to release what you have in your throat. Let it flow. Let the words flow.
I love you. This isn't right, what they're doing to you. I know the truth. I know you're a good man.
And as you say those words, how do you feel?
I've just realized that it was me that did it and he's taking it for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't speak up to tell them.
Very good. So
I'd
now that,
done, yeah.
mm-hmm. So as you realize that, can you forgive yourself now?
It's hard to feel guilt
Mm-hmm. Notice where you feel the guilt.
in my throat.
Mm-hmm. So I'd like for you to speak with your husband now. See your husband coming forth now. After his spirit is gone, I'd like for you to speak with him spirit to spirit and ask him, why is it that this had to happen in this way?
He was ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
And it was his lesson to me to show what true love was.
Wonderful. Are you ready to release now?
Mm.
Mm-hmm. So I'd like for you to go ahead and take whatever you had in your throat and physically pull it out. Pull that energy out. Release it. You can pull it out with your hands if you wish. Just let it go. And
Kind
as
of
you're
just burst out.
beautiful. So now that all of that has gone, you've realized that he was ready to go. Can you forgive yourself now?
Mm.
Very good. So now, as you look at the life of Meg, what has been the difficulty in her speaking her truth? Has she been afraid?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, afraid of the consequences of speaking the truth
Mm-hmm.
in case there are lynch mobs kind of, waiting to attack her when
Yes.
she's letting herself be vulnerable.
So does she need to worry about a lynch mob in this lifetime?
No, people
No.
will not hear it. She knows if they're not ready, they'll just turn away and not even listen.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So take a look at the throat now and see how it looks. See how it feels.
So much louder, but it's like
Mm-hmm.
got a big empty hole.
All right. So now that we have that, we want to fill it with something that would help you now to speak your truth, to feel free to say what you need to say without the concern of a lynch mob. What would you like to fill that space with?
It's a big orange red light needs to go in there.
Beautiful. So feel that red light going in. And I'm going to go ahead and strike the tuning fork, which represents red. And fill that space now with red. And I want you to expand that red even farther out into the rest of your body. Let it flow into every cell. Feeling that confidence to speak your truth. Feeling grounded in your beliefs. Tell me how that feels.
I feel more solid.
Mm-hmm.
Just feel, yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Mm.
So now that you're feeling more solid, let's find out what's keeping you from going out of your comfort zone. Let's find the origin of that feeling of wanting to stay safe within that. I want you to begin to sense your body as it feels when you need to do something new, when you need to expand and explore. And I want you to tell me where in your body you feel that.
I feel quite anxious and it's in my heart,
Very good. So I want you to
my
tell me what
chest.
that feels like. What does that anxious feeling in your heart feel like? If you could describe it, what would it be? What is that anxious feeling?
My heart's beating faster and
Mm-hmm.
it feels like it's in sort of turmoil, like moving waters around.
Very good. So I'm going to count from 5 to 1. With each number, I want you to make it even stronger sensation. 5. Feel that heart and describe what you're feeling. 4. Feeling anxious. 3. Feels like what? 2. And 1. What's happening? Where are you? Feel that heart racing. What are you noticing? If you knew what that was, what would it be? What's making your heart race? Keep going. What is that? Where are you when your heart is racing like that? What does it remind you of?
I can't see. I just got hit by a massive, big, blinding white light straight to my heart. A big beam of light. I don't know. It's just, I'm so bright right now.
Tell me more. Keep describing it.
Oh,
What's that beam of light doing to you?
just making me radiate with bright white light out of my body.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
All my anxiety's gone. I don't even know
Mm-hmm.
what I was trying to get to where it was, but this has just overtaken me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like vibrating with white light.
So I want you to go ahead and vibrate in that light. And if you could ask that light, what was causing that anxious feeling in your heart? What does the light tell you?
Being disconnected from
Mm.
this light. That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Because this connection is my strength.
Mm-hmm. Now Meg has also said she's felt disconnected between her body and her soul.
Mm,
Is this the light that she was missing?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing.
Uh-huh.
It's very overwhelming.
Mm-hmm. So I want you to just bask in it for a moment and just describe what you're feeling as you're in that light.
It's just a real sense of well-being, and
Mm-hmm.
my whole body's just, especially my hands, are just tingling, and I feel like my body is so light, like I'm about to float away.
Mm-hmm. Follow that. Allow your body to float away. See where it takes you. Feel yourself lifting with that body. Follow that light. See what's on the other side of that light.
I'm sort of outside of space, in sort of a just out in the universe,
Mm-hmm. Keep following that
in
light.
the plane.
Mm-hmm. Notice if you're by yourself or if there are others with you.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
by myself, but I can see like a big ball of, it looks like the sun kind of, but a white sun.
Mm-hmm.
And that beam's coming from that directly into my chest.
Beautiful. Follow
Like
it.
source.
Follow it and see what happens. Follow that beam. And as you
I'm
get,
not
mm-hmm.
I'm not allowed in. It's the it's source. It's where all the souls are together that aren't
Mm-hmm.
in human.
So I'd like for you to ask that light, ask the source, why you've been disconnected.
It was my choice not to grow,
Mm-hmm. Why
but
is that?
now
What did you need to learn?
that my path is the right path for me. That there's no one true path. You have to follow your own path that matches your journey.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I was not allowing myself to go down this path because I don't know, I had an idea in my head that wasn't right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So now that Meg is connected to Source and now can follow her own path, what was the reason why this soul came to Earth?
I see this beam of light jumping from source to me into other people's hearts all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And how does that happen? In what circumstances does that happen?
Just as I'm being present in my daily life and sharing this love with others, just through like a blessing them, kind of, like wishing them this feeling.
Yes.
Mm.
Wonderful. So there is no certain career that she needs to be in to do this.
Not at all, no.
She just needs to be.
Yes,
Mhm.
yeah.
And now that she is more connected, because it seemed like she had disconnected her,
Mm.
imagine what type of force she's going to put out now.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
She was doing this without the connection to source, but draining her own energy.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas now that's unlimited, absolutely unlimited.
Beautiful. So how is that going to change now for her as she moves forward with these ideas that she has, this business model?
She'll just, wow. It's all just going to happen if she just keeps that connection to source. It'll all flow.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that she needs will come to her at the right time. She just needs to put it out there.
Okay. How did that idea come to her?
Hmm. So, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
what source gave it to me? It's like we gave it to you.
Wonderful.
Mm.
So I know that she wants to do other things. For example, joining meditation groups or women's circles, losing
Mm.
some weight. What has kept her from doing that?
Being grounded in the source.
Mm-hmm.
So, with this source as her backing, she doesn't need to fear moving forward in any direction, because whatever happens, it's all source is there for her, behind her,
Mm-hmm.
and it's all just experiences. It really, yeah.
So
But
there's
she
not,
puts too
yes.
much emphasis on trying new things. They're just experiences.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Mm-hmm. Is she on the right path?
mm,
Good.
yeah. Mm.
So what advice do you give her regarding, for example, losing weight? What does she need to do?
Honor her spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
What about her body? Has she been honoring her body?
no,
No.
nope, she's been ignoring it.
Mm-hmm. So
Mm,
while you are connected to this beautiful beam of white light source with all of the love that you're receiving,
mm,
I want you to notice that you are the source of life for every cell in this body. You are the
mm,
temple in which all of these cells are born to give you life, to give you love. And I want you to send that same type of love that you are receiving from your source into your body now. And speak to your body. What would you like to tell it now that you know that you have ignored it?
Thank you for taking care of me even when I wasn't taking care of you, for
Mm-hmm.
holding me up. I honor you. I acknowledge you. I will respect you.
Beautiful. So, do you want to make an agreement with your body moving forward now?
Mm. That I will stay connected and I will honor it.
Very good. Very good. So let's find out how we can keep this connection in the future. We saw that Meg's higher self, her soul, came out of the water to greet her. How can she connect in the future? Easier, deeper.
By living mindfully and being open and meditating at the creek.
Very good. Is there any advice that you would like to give Meg today?
It's just a feeling of being blessed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that I am blessed, I guess, by Source and well loved.
Beautiful, beautiful. So let's do a scan of your body now and let's see how this body is feeling.
Good.
Feeling good, very good.
Yeah, my throat's not blocked at all.
Good. So let's take a look at all of the chakras and see if all the chakras are balanced. Are there any chakras that need to be balanced?
Yeah, I think my throat one can just deal with a bit of a...
Mm-hmm. All right. So I'm going to strike the tuning fork once again. And I want you to allow the vibrations to just release any blockages there and begin to balance this out. How does that feel?
That's good.
Very good. Is there anything else that you would like to address, or do you feel that we are complete?
No, I think that's it.
Very good. Completely alert, feeling wonderful all over. Welcome back.
Wow.
How was that for you?
Yeah, that was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh,
How's your
gone all
throat?
dark.
How's your throat?
Yeah, it feels good. Yeah.
Makes sense?
Yes. Yeah, that was bizarre. Yeah.
It's almost like you saw one story and then you went back and you went, oh, wait a minute. I was the one who.
Yeah. I wasn't even letting myself see that. I was just feeling the guilt of not speaking up for him. Yeah.
How did it feel when you went back?
Yeah.
Because he said it was time for me to go.
Yes. He was fine with it. He was quite accepting of it. Didn't hold any resentment or, towards me or anything. So, yeah.
So that changed quite a bit, huh? The
It
outlook.
did. It did. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So it was a very simple session. I mean, it was just those things that you needed to work out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yep. No, yeah, it's going to take a while to process it, obviously, but yeah, no, it was...
Yeah. And how did the vibrations feel to you?
Yeah, they were great. Yeah, very. Yeah, the at the beginning it just took me right down, and then yeah, that the throat chakra one just it did it just made it all yeah, yep,
Balanced
yep,
it out.
turn
And
properly.
I
So
did use the, when you said I feel more heavier, I had used the root chakra to ground
all
you.
right,
So then
okay,
you
yeah,
said, when you said red, I kind of
mm,
grounded you with the root chakra. So
yeah, right, okay,
it's
yeah,
just different,
mm,
different modality, but I think it's
mm,
working.
mm. It did, yeah, yep,
You know.
yep.
So do you want
Mm.
to keep this private or do you want to share it? What do you think?
Um,
How does it feel to you? Because it was that one life, pretty much. You know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Look at yeah, yeah. This uh,
It's up to
I'm
you
not.
because this was the big issue. You don't want to speak up.
Yes, that's I know, I know, I know. And then yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Look, yes, yeah,
we
yeah,
could keep it private if you feel that you want to keep it private.
yeah. I don't know. Do I challenge myself and put it out there? And then there's me thinking, no, like it might not. Nobody's going to even want to listen to it anyway, unless they want to listen to it. So it doesn't really matter, does it? Nothing, nothing extraordinary came out of it. So no, yeah, yep. Look, I'm happy either way. Yes, I don't mind.
Okay. So yeah,
Mm,
we're gonna put that out there, and for
mm,
anybody who wants a session with me,
yep.
just go to my website, go to subscribe to my newsletter, like Meg did, and about once a month I put out a newsletter, and that's where I put the sessions up there. So Meg, what was your experience with getting a session? Did you find it impossible?
I did. I did find it impossible. I looked many, many times, and even though it was only 5 minutes after the email had come out, sometimes I'd
Yeah.
missed it, and it just happened that I was on my emails the right time, and I got it, and I got the session, and I was very surprised, pleasantly surprised that I actually got one. It was a bit of a shock. I was like, "Oh, what? This is happening!" So yeah, that was amazing. Yeah,
So it does happen. It's not
it
like
does. Yes.
you snuck in or anything. This is your
No,
guides
and I
put you in
think
there.
that comes at the right time, for you.
Yeah.
So just be
Divine
patient and keep
timing.
trying. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's
Mm,
that term has been coming up a lot in this last week for me about divine timing.
mm,
That no matter what people say as far as timing is concerned, it's divine timing. When you're
yep.
supposed to do something or receive something or go somewhere, it's all divine timing.
Mm,
So don't
yep.
stress about it, you know?
Mm, yep.
All right, my dear, it was wonderful. And, I hope I connect with you at a gathering. I have a gathering
Mm,
coming up. In fact, it's in your time zone. So maybe you'll want to join us.
yeah, I
It's a
saw
fu-
that.
it's a
Yeah.
full it's a
Yeah.
full day with me doing activities with other
Mm,
people. You wanting to know, how you can connect with others. There you go.
yes.
You can connect
Yes,
with
that's
them,
right.
and
Yeah.
we do two group regressions there.
Okay.
So it's a full day.
Mm,
So anyway,
mm.
much love to you, and much
All
love to
right.
everybody watching. Until the next time. Okay. Bye bye.
Bye bye.